Welcome back to Final Fantasy Type-0. Last time, we saved this place behind me. We more or less saved it. And we're ready to move onward. So I guess we just need to go back to... Go back to base. Go back to the school, because we're totally not seeds. A new entry has been added to the Rubicus. View it by visiting the Crystarium or selecting History on the title screen.
Koopa?
You all have been working so hard, Koopa. It brings a tear to my eye. Remember, only 12 hours until whatever. Report back to the Crimson Zero to hear any fascinating lectures of Koopa. We're going to so much to teach you, Koopa. I think you should be just fine on the upcoming level 13 mission, Koopa. Cool. Never heard of the Caith Norseas of Academia? Of course you haven't, newbie. This place is crawling with corals, though. So take some catnip along with you. Halt! The area surrounding Academia is still under Imperial occupation. All unauthorized personnel are strictly prohibited from venturing outside of this facility. My big brother just became a trainee. Isn't that cool? He said it's really hard to become a cadet, though. Maybe you could help him. Relax, Mommy. The Agito cadets are the strongest in all of Orient. They'll defeat all the bad guys for us. You'll see. I heard a rumor that Imperial stragglers are rallying in a cave in the plains. Is that true? Should I be worried for my children's safety?
Koopa?
We've got a lot of cadets here at Academia, so they need plenty of us Moogles to watch over the classes, Koopa. Alright, this is an exclamation mark, so this will take 2 hours off my clock. And if everything's just going to take 2 hours off the clock, like, instead of 12 hours until the next mission, why can't it just be 6? And, you know, we'll just work with everything to taking 1 hour off the clock. I suppose it doesn't matter either way. And at least this way is kind of more reasonable for the cadets here to have 12 hours in between missions to rest and whatnot, like from a storytelling and world building perspective, like it makes sense, but at the same time not really, because is 12 hours enough between big crazy missions? I feel like you need at least 24 to recover, and I don't know, I mean, it just like, it's like you get back from a big mission, you unwind a little bit for a few hours, eat, do whatever you need to do, go to sleep, and then you wake up and it's time for another big mission.
Yeah, what?
I'm Erna from Class First. Yeah, that's right, the Class First. Jealous? Isn't it funny how love just kind of smacks you right between the eyes? I mean, think about it. Could there be a worse time to get caught up in all that roses are red garbage than right in the middle of a war? Then again, maybe a little romance is exactly what we all need in a time like this. When you're in love, you've got someone to fight for, to make sure you make it out alive. But here I am in love with the girl of my dreams, and that jerk's always blocking me out. They're not even dating or anything. Ugh! Anyway, thanks for letting me get that off my chest. And I got a hot potion. Cool. Alright, I probably be smart to like go around and just look who has missions and who doesn't. I'm trying to pick what I do more efficiently. I mean, if nothing else, I might just see certain NPCs that have quote-unquote missions, and I might rather do those NPCs missions than other ones. I bet you need to know a lot about the art of war in order to become a CO. You do, and that's why they select the COs from among the cadets. There's no way you could take command without understanding firsthand what it's like in the field. Is everyone in Malites a complete and utter fool? How can they all worship a sleazeball like that Sid Alstein? Well, he certainly isn't much to look at. Maybe he's just a really charismatic guy. That guy has a quote-unquote mission. Seems like the game will give these NPCs new dialogue after every mission, so that's cool. I mean, I give them an A for effort on that. I don't know how interesting all this dialogue is going to be to read. They call us the assault class because our strategy is all out offense. If you see our blue capes coming, get out of the way unless you want to get creamed. Being aggressive is fine, but don't get overzealous, otherwise you guys will be the ones getting creamed. Why don't they let me join the sortie? It's not fair. I know I'm only a trainee, but I'm ready to put my life on the line to defend the Dominion. I understand your frustration, but don't let it get to you. They only deliver mission orders to a select group of elite cadets. Anyway... Yeah, I guess you're right. We trainees have zero experience, so sending us onto the battlefield would basically be the same as sending us to our graves. You just wait. I'm gonna make a name for myself and get promoted to class 3rd. If anyone can join the elite black magic squad, it's you. I'll be rooting for you. Oh, she's totally crushing on that dude. The old hand behind the ear. The old hand playing with your hair behind your ear. Putting your hair back behind your ear technique. Oh, you know they're putty in your hands when they start doing that. I would know from first-hand experience. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm just a real ladies' man. Yeah. Don't get the wrong idea. Just because we're healers doesn't mean we're weak, Kupo. It takes strength of spirit to run around on the front lines, saving your comrades, Kupo.
Kupo?
If all it took were medical knowledge, why not just send some Kupo from the infirmary? It's not that easy, Kupo. Everyone in Class 10th is just itching to see some combat. The real problem is going to be maintaining everyone's motivation. Everyone in... Yeah. Yeah. You Agito cadets are all so mature for your age. Oh, I would be so proud if my daughter were to grow up to be a cadet like you. I'm not really gonna go around and talk to every single fucking NPC here. I sure am. You guys really turn things around out there in the field. I know that we're all cadets here, but I really look up to you guys.
Kupo?
Most of you Most of you cadets are grouped into classes based upon special abilities, but Class 10th is different. We excel in all areas, Kupo. Huh. I know I'm probably not giving all these characters the same voice I had been giving them. I mean, NPCs like this guy and this woman over here, like, they're the same NPCs all over the place, so it really doesn't matter. But like, even this Moogle right here, you know, is a special Moogle. There's only one of a kind Moogle like this, and I'm probably not giving them the same voice I had been giving them. But oh well. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sorry if it's annoying in all seriousness of me going around talking to all the NPCs, but I just can't help myself. But it does bring me to an interesting point, because I'll admit, like, there's just so many NPCs around here, and they're not really saying anything interesting. And 12 was like that. Other games, like the 13 trilogy, you know, characters, if you talk to characters, they give you voiced lines. You couldn't talk to every single NPC. Final Fantasy 13, you didn't have many NPCs anyway. You know, and then like even the later games like 15, 7 Remake, I'm sure 16, you know, all the characters around would just spout out voice lines by just running past them and stuff. You know, and that's cool. But a game like this, in 12, where the NPCs all around you still give text, but there's so many NPCs, and they're not really saying anything interesting. But my point is here, the older games, I feel like, 1 through 10, especially, I feel like every single one of them games, like, it doesn't feel like a burden at all to go around and talk to all the NPCs. I don't think it's not as daunting to do in this games, because it's not quite as many NPCs in a given town than in a given town or area in this game or 12. But also, I just feel like 1 through 10, the NPCs of those games just had more interesting and funny things to say than what I'm reading here and in 12. Welcome to our airship landing, I say. Our, because we are now the ones in charge of maintaining these craft. Even though most people think we've just been contracted to handle the restoration of the fleet. The administration found the guys in charge of the airship's security systems were neglecting their duties, but they proceeded to disband the entire flight division and hire a private firm instead. That is us. In any case, we're working around the clock to restore the fleet as quickly as possible. We should be airborne once more in no time. Alright, so we got a little kid here. I just want to see if there's any, like, important NPCs, like characters with names, that have any missions for me to do, because I would think I would like to try and do them above all else. Because the Mother, I keep forgetting her name. Well, this character looks important, so I probably want to do her mission. But, like, yeah, the last time I was around here, like, the Mother character, she had a mission for us. They're not really missions. Mission is not the best word to use here. You just talk to them. They say some shit. They might give you an item, and that's it. 2 hours on the clock, go away. And I think also, like, accessing certain cutscenes with certain characters, like how I did last time in the graveyard with Machina and Rim, like that counts as doing something and depleting your time as well. It's hard to stay focused on missions because every battlefield ultimately collapses into chaos. That's why you got to review your mission orders and reconfirm your objective frequently. Still can't go this way, huh? Sorry, Cadet. This area is still under repair. The Empire really did a number on this place. We've almost restored the arena, but it will take time to heal the wounds of the... Alright, so we got 2 here. If I did them all, if I did these 2 and the little kid over there, then I'd be down to 4 hours.
Kupo?
Becoming an Agito is a daunting task, so I'm here to provide an incentive, Kupo. I've got some presents to give you according to how much time you've spent in Orients. Class First didn't get to be the top class in academia without putting in plenty of effort, and I say hard work should be rewarded, so be sure to do your best, Kupo.
Kupo!
Every Kupo's been calling you heroes after that circus act you call an Operation, Kupo. I remember when academia had standards of greatness, Kupo.
Kupo?
You just got lucky, that's all, Kupo. Class 0 may have had a good day or two, but my Class First cadets have consistently proven their valor, Kupo.
Kupo! Kupo? Kupo!
I mean, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of rivalry. Rivalry is really important to, like, give you the motivation and help you strive to better yourself in something. But I feel like, especially these teacher Moogles here, like they're going a little overboard here. They're like showing signs of envy and really talking some smack, talking some shit, and that's not healthy. What do you think about it? What are the odds that this war will end in our favor? That's not what I asked you, but okay. I don't know. I don't know the odds. Well, I mean, we're the stars of this video game, so I would say the odds are decent. I would say they're pretty damn good, actually. I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but really, do we even stand a chance? Yep, those attitudes are not going to cut it. Why are the Lassie bothering to get involved in a conflict between mere mortals? You saw the destruction wrought by the ultimate bomb, didn't you? Maybe something about that display of raw power caught their attention. Yeah, as you can see, I'm feeling like having a field day with the voices right now.
Kupo?
My kids are always running laps and working out in groups, but I barely ever see you Class 0 cadets hanging out with each other, Kupo.
Kupo? 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 Kupo?
Do you dudes not get along, or do you all just prefer to do your own thing? Because that's cool too. Teach is her own, Kupo. You just watch. Someday I'm gonna summon the coolest Eidolon you've ever seen. You do realize that you have to sacrifice your own life in order to perform a summoning, don't you? Of course I do. What better way to die than protecting your friends? That ultimate bomb was powerful enough to wipe out a whole country. Who's to say they can't wipe up a weapon that can destroy the entire world? Not even the Lassie were able to prevent that tragedy. If anyone really does create a bomb of that scale, Orient is doomed for us. What about special Eidolons? What about special Eidolons makes them so special in the first place? Oh my god. What about special Eidolons makes them so special in the first place? What about special Eidolons makes them so special in the first place? Well, for one, they're insanely powerful, and you don't even need a license to summon them.
Wait, do those things even exist?
So, the Empire brings out another one of their crystal jammers again. We don't have any choice but to rely on Class 0. It's kind of pathetic, don't you think?
Maybe I'm just thankful they were there in the first place. If they hadn't come to the rescue, we'd have all been goners.
Alright, that Moogle has a mission. That's something I'd probably want to do. Unless your goal is to annihilate a target, there's nothing wrong with trying to avoid engaging the enemy. I bet that Agito will reclaim all of the land that Malite stole from us. Now all we've got to do is just wait for this guy to appear. I know that it's my job as a cadet to fight for the Dominion, and I'm okay with that. But part of me also wishes that I could just go back to living a normal, peaceful life. Who's the cater past there everyone's been talking about?
He's a military general or something, apparently. He's the Empire's most skilled Magitech pilot.
Haven't I been in here yet? What the fuck? Well, I guess I've talked to all the Moogles.
My class second cadets truly shine on the front lines, Kupo. Regard support is important.
Or, whoops.
Rear guard support is important, but it's the vanguard that leads the way to victory, Kupo. Any Kupo who honestly believes the vanguard rushes blindly into battle is sorely mistaken, Kupo. All that awaits the overeager novice in the field is death, Kupo.
Why not take a break every now and then?
You can obtain all necessary information of upcoming operations here at Central Command. Of course, anyone who actually pays attention in class shouldn't need to ask twice. Honestly, there is no excuse for someone who claims they don't know the details of a mission. The uninformed die of their own design. It's as simple as that.
Why not take a break every now and then?
Alright, this shouldn't affect the timer here. A good soldier always reflects on his performance on any operation. Even if you succeed, there's always room for improvement. Completed missions can be replayed at any time. Any character may participate in these replays regardless of the data loaded. Items and experience earned during replay missions are saved and applied to your current file. Missions cannot be replayed from a mid-mission save file.
Why don't you put down the knife? Why don't you put down the knife?
At ease.
Should the tide of battle turn against you, call for backup immediately. I'll provide assistance if no other units are available.
At ease.
If I'm unable to march for some reason, then the Tomberry will go in my stead. There will always be someone here to help you. Remember that.
At ease.
You probably already know this, but the information discussed here is strictly confidential, so make sure nothing you hear or see here ever makes its way outside these walls.
What's up?
I gotta hand it to the administration. They did a pretty decent job of settling up this command center in such a short amount of time.
Don't forget to train.
But now that academia is working alongside the Dominion army, does that mean it's only a matter of time until civilians join the fray too?
Good work.
You must be from Class 0. My name's Takanami. I'll be providing you with remote assistance on large-scale operations. If you're already itching to get out there on the front lines, I can arrange to have you deployed as soon as possible. Speak to Takanami to skip ahead to mission day. Advancing time will cancel all incomplete events and requests. Operation Reconquista. Through the conscription and deployment of the Agito cadets, the Dominion successfully liberates McTighe. Using the newly retaken city as a base of operations, the Dominion launches a large-scale campaign to reclaim the Rubum region. Under the command of their CO, Kurosame, Class 0 joins the campaign to execute special missions as an autonomous unit. Should a mission ever prove insurmountable, you would do well to consider reevaluating your approach. Sometimes the smallest adjustment can produce the greatest effect on the outcome of an operation. Adjust the difficulty from relic terminals around Orients. If ever you feel overwhelmed by a formidable foe, do not hesitate to call Academia for backup. While you may even see your very own CO run to your aid once in a while. As it were, I am the tribune charged with overseeing the support personnel, Academia's rescue squad. I have taken the liberty of officially registering you all as members of the SP. Do not hesitate to enlist your comrades' help. The support personnel consists of cadets who provide backup to their comrades on missions. Requesting backup from the SP earns support personnel points and boosts your SP rank. Earn a higher SP rank to access exclusive spells and equipment. If you earn enough SPP, you can exchange them here for items. You have quite an enticing selection, so I suggest you work hard and cooperate with your fellow cadets in the field. Fascinating. This wizard's hat's really expensive. You expect me to believe that you've actually seen this fabled Nox Suzaku? We received plenty of reports about unidentified crafts, but this seems too far-fetched. Aren't you the one who put those Militesi monsters in their place? Nice job. All of this is still so new and confusing to me. Even if I was surprised when they established military headquarters within the walls of academia. I've seen so many soldiers around here lately that sometimes I forget this place is a school. The Empire has defiled their crystal, but I'm sure the day will come when they're forced to pay for their heresy. Oh boy, how much shit do I have to read in this book? I've been honing my psychic powers lately. Want to see? I'll tell you all about your next test for 1,000 gil. Oh yeah, okay, this is the same dialogue as last time. Oh, someone still got magic in me checked out. Bummer. It's all about magic theory, and it's written like an autobiography. Give it a read sometime. I'm supposed to be doing research for my next big report, but I keep getting sucked into these novels instead. I just got to a really good part. I call them the lucky class because with their grades, they're lucky any one of them was able to become a cadet. Kupo. Oh, see, this is a fellow classmate with something of interest here. I think I've read the same page 100 times, but it's not sticking. It's not that I can't concentrate, it's just that the source material is so poorly written. Thank goodness the Empire spared the Crystarium. Millites may be ruthless, but not even they are barbaric enough to burn books. I think that's something I've read before. I tried reading the life of a Lassie biography everyone's been talking about, but it wasn't my thing. I felt like the author could have stuck to be a little bit more objective. Yeah, getting more of the same shit here. Yep. Well, not everything in here was the same, right? There's a little... Do take care to return any materials you borrow on time. Other cadets don't like waiting, and I don't like running around trying to find missing books. See, I don't remember that. I feel like that was new.
Seems like I'm always running into you guys.
Hmm? We're in the same class at the same academy. Of course.
Goodbye.
have a special message on my comm.
Special message?
Yes. It appears that the Moogle is calling us all to a meeting.
So let's go back to the classroom and ask the Moogle what it's about.
I'm just selecting these, for the videos especially, I'm just selecting them to get the new icon off. Because I'm OCD like that. Having lost the majority of its army in the Imperial invasion, the Dominion hurried to rebuild its military, but the Empire was unrelenting. Uncertain of the outcome, but left with no other choice, Dominion Central Command devised a strategy to employ the newly conscripted cadets in the liberation of McTighe, a town on the outskirts of Academia. It was an ambitious undertaking, and 3 objectives: secure a base for offensive operations, test the cadets' skills in the field, and gauge the Empire's reaction. Thankfully, the operation was an astounding success. Assuaging all of the Dominion's fears, this victory proved the cadets could, indeed, provide invaluable military support. Cadets on the battlefield. Although the Agito cadets were not officially affiliated with Rubem's military, they were required to participate in routine combat training to hone their abilities. Several cadets also gained real in-the-field experience through participation in remote, small-scale operations. Now, however, for the first time in Academia's history, the cadets were to officially join the ranks of the Dominion Legions, and the Commandant was at a loss regarding how to best utilize his new assets. Dominion Central Command ultimately decided that due to the cadets' limited numbers, each unit would consist of 10 to 20 cadets attached to an infantry regiment. Each team will receive an additional support unit, thus forming an independent composite brigade. Unfortunately, Central Command had yet to establish a chain of command, and Legion officials were baffled when it came to directing these small yet powerful squads. Eventually, the administration assigned Academia instructors as the cadets commanding the officers, and the cadets would report to their respective COs to receive mission orders. The military came to think of the cadet units as powerful, highly mobile squads capable of routing any army and toppling even the most formidable of foes, a view which remains prevalent to this day. The system of cadet CO communication also lasted throughout the war, and it became common practice for cadets to receive all orders from their commanding officers. Moogle's 10th, 11th, 12th, Class 10th Moogle. Convinced of her scholastic superiority, this Moogle fancies herself quite the intellectual. In spite of higher elitist attitude, however, his comments occasionally miss the mark. Of course, Z bears no ill will. In fact, Z has every intention of assisting others with higher advice. The condescending tone is purely coincidental. Class 11th Moogle. The true intellectual among the Moogles at Academia, Z is devoted to higher research. Z would even go so far as to pawn her pom-pom for the sake of science. A quick thinker, Z has a lot on a higher mind and is more than willing to share those thoughts with whomever will listen. Class 12th Moogle. Charged with confronting a class of unfettered free spirits, this Moogle has nearly reached higher wits' end. The Class 12th cadets' lack of cooperation has driven her to neurosis. More than anything, Z hopes to find a way to hire cadets to utilize their talents and make a positive contribution to society. Unfortunately for hire, however, the kids have nary a concern for Dominion society, seeing as they are all doing quite well in their own little worlds. Takanami. One of the youngest tribunes at Academia, Takanami relays orders to Class 0 on large-scale missions and coordinates the time until the cadets march. He and Kasumi serve as legions between Class 0 and the Dominion legions. Pure at heart and firm in his convictions, Takanami is one of the few straight arrows in any army of rough and rowdy soldiers. He is so serious that he rarely picks up on jokes, and some of his comrades tend to feel awkward around him. There's something else he fails to notice. Takanami is not the ambitious type, but he is extremely talented, effortlessly completing any task assigned to him. His last name is Sho. Takanami Sho. They already have their own crystal in the lights. Why do they need to steal ours?
Word has it that the White Tiger's crystal light is fading, so Sid Allstein's trying to siphon energy from our crystal instead.
In all seriousness, though, I might just play as. If I had to choose one person to play as in the next mission, I guess I might go with Cinque because she's level 8.
you can totally see panties. I'm not a pervert, okay? I just happen to notice that. Okay? I'm not a pervert. I'm not. Okay, maybe a little bit.
Hey.
What was Ace saying about some unidentified object appearing during the liberation?
What?
I don't think even the Empire could create something that was impervious to conventional attacks, but in that case, what do you think it was?
You okay?
Maybe I should switch back to Ace and talk to her. Maybe something will happen.
Feeling good?
Apparently, the administration issued a cease forbidding. Bleh. Apparently, the administration issued a decree forbidding anyone from leaving academia on account of the fact that the Militesi military is still patrolling the surrounding areas.
Huh? What is it? Feeling good? Yeah?
What a bummer. I mean, what could possibly be more fun and exciting than romping through the fields with gun-wielding, death-trap driving Imperial troopers bent on killing you? Alright, real quick here. Let's just switch back to Ace. See if this does anything at all.
What? Hey. What? You okay?
Already did nothing at all. Switch back to Cinque.
Help you?
The harder you work, the more you get. I'll buy what you don't need. Man, ethers are so fucking expensive. I feel like they're cheaper when it comes to using those points. So if I do get some eventually, probably sooner rather than later, I'll probably try and get them from there. I'll go ahead and get some of these. Alright, even the Moogle in here has something for us. I think that's 3, maybe 4 interesting characters that have something. I haven't even gone to these places yet.
Yeah!
The Doctor devised the SO system specifically to help you cadets discover your true potential. But whether you partake or not is up to you. Has the challenge proven too much for you? To think a Militesi spa weaseled their way into Rubum undetected. Well, this is the first I've heard about this. I guess I can't go in here right now. Yeah, Dr. Al Rashia?
No wonder the Empire's artillery is so devastating. Everything they use is empowered by the crystal.
Kupo?
The administration has approved a budget increase for our research, Kupo. Perhaps we in Class 11 ought to look onto the war effort as a boon.
Kupo? Kupo? Kupo?
So we fail to use all of the allotted funds. However, we might receive less than next quarter, Kupo. If only this conflict were to continue forever. Think of all the gil, Kupo. Oh ho ho ho. God, this is so frustrating. I've hit a roadblock in my research. Maybe I can overcome it if I take my mind off this project for a while. Can't you see I'm on the verge of an infinite epiphany here? Read that one before. See another classmate with something of interest here. At this rate, I'm not going to be able to do them all because I wasted 2 hours on just some random NPC bullshit. My friend told me that I could score some new armor if I stopped by, but it's been 3 hours and I'm still waiting. So much for service. We've got to make our weaponry more vicious, beat the Empire to a bloody pulp. Too bad I'm stuck developing defensive gear. Welcome, Cadet. I'm here to offer you only the finest weapons and yada yada. Alright, since I think I'm gonna play as you, I'm gonna go ahead and buy this. I should have went ahead and looked at who else I would use alongside with there, at least to start off. Can you believe that the Lights made a weapon powerful enough to wipe an entire country off the map? It's terrifying to think about the entire country of Larissa has been erased all because of one ultimate bomb. What if the Empire tries to cut off our magic again? How are we going to survive? We've only got so much time to come up with a concrete strategy. Strategy for what? Getting around the Empire's crystal jammer? What good's a strategy gonna do if we can't use magical weapons? Our only hope is to sit and wait for Class 0 to save the day. I've heard that some cadets receive special summoning permission during the liberation. Desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. Oh no! I just remembered an assignment that's due tomorrow. I better get over to the Crystarium and start researching. Just remember that copying straight from the textbook doesn't count as researching. Everyone acts like nothing ever happened, but the scars left from the liberation will take time to truly heal. Each of the 4 countries of Orient have their own crystals and their unique cultures. It's hard to find common ground between us. Maybe we were never meant to understand one another. So now Central Command is sending cadets into battle. I don't know about you, but I came here to become Agito, not to be tossed around as one of their weapons of war. The lights dropped the Ultimo bomb on Larisha. You don't think we're next, do you? All I want is for all of them to just sit down together in the same classroom for 5 minutes, Kupo. Is that too much to ask? Being unique isn't a bad thing, of course, but they don't even try to fit in, Kupo, and they wonder why people call them the eccentric class. Wait, since the Black Tortoise and Sea weren't able to protect their crystal, do you think that means they're going to turn into Seath? It's hard to say. For all we know, their Foshi might have been something completely unrelated to protecting their country. Oh, like Foki. Like Focus? Ah. I don't know why they're calling it Foki here, though. Yeah, I am glad I played the 13 trilogy before I played this game. That ended up working out very well, I would say. We have two lessees charged with protecting the Dominion, right? Yeah. Lord Zuyu and Lady Katuna. It would be such an honor to meet them.
What should I order? What should I order?
Can I talk to the bartender? I can. Take a load off, kid. You cadets do more than enough to earn a little R&R. That is a unique looking NPC. Alright, well, I think this is where I'm gonna end this one. And until next time.